Following his gaze, I see a massive spaceship hidden behind the towering trees. Is this his spaceship? Everyone keeps being like, Silas has like a private jet. Raphael has like many sports cars. Zane has this, I can't remember what brand his car is. And Caleb has a Ferrari. Xavier has a spaceship though. So like, really, who's winning? Hello my pookies, welcome back to another Love in Deep Space. We are doing Xavier's chapter today. If you're watching this in order, you're probably seeing this from the future. We've actually traveled back in time. I've rearranged the videos in the playlist so that you can see them in order, but I did actually skip this episode. I skipped this episode in order to do Caleb's, okay? Because he was new and he was shiny and I had to join the hype train. You know what I mean? You know, we're really trying to be the lads men right now, going through the timelines. I was just trying to confuse you so that you know how they feel all the time, constantly jumping back and forth, you know what I mean? Let's get into it, shall we? Voyage of the Outcast. Let us begin. Oh, it's all starry like Xavier. That's cute. After some investigation, combined with a vague hunch, I've identified a highly suspicious wanderer. Andrew is tracking it, but it's been several days since I got a response. This lull allows me to test the new gear Simone modified for me before the next mission. The only problem is that my partner, who promised to join me for the trial, is late as usual. Well, look, we can't expect anything more. There could be worse downfalls to your power, you know what I mean? Being late to the party isn't that big of a deal, because you can be fashionably late. He's just the star. He's literally the star of every event, so...
10 rings! The training session is over now!
That's Simone for you. She can turn even the simplest side arm into something extraordinary. I switch on the safety and put my gun away. My gaze drifts to the empty lane beside me. Looks like Xavier, king of tardiness. I love the MC so much. I don't think we talk about that enough in this fandom. Like, I know the MC is supposed to be us, but like, the MC as a character, just in general, I love her, okay? She's sassy, she's a queen. Looks like Xavier, king of tardiness, didn't get the chance to try out the new gear first.
But at least I have the luck of a partner who's always thinking about me.
The door to the shooting range opened without me noticing. Xavier leans against the doorframe and smiles.
I got caught up following a new lead. I didn't have time to tell you.
It's okay, I forgive you. Is it about the case you've been digging into? You've been really mysterious about it. Time you filled me in. He raises the cup in his hand as he speaks.
Let's talk over a cup of coffee first. I'll tell you everything then.
I follow Xavier to the training room's lounge area. I grab the cup of coffee he offers me. I cautiously take a small sip. It's a little hot and sort of weak, but it's still decent. You made this? Aww, did he actually?
The coffee machine did all the work. I just put in the beans and provided the cup.
I was like, oh, that's so sweet. He tried his best, and then he made it sound like the coffee machine did all the work. And then I was like, yeah, actually, it did do all the work. Yet you still somehow managed to make a bad cup of coffee. And that is a true skill. It sounds like you didn't do too much, but the coffee isn't bad. It's just not good. Hearing this, Xavier chuckles. So, your investigation is coffee related?
Certain people were smuggling painted protocore fragments in the coffee beans. I had to attend as a judge at the coffee contest. I figured that with all the effort they put in, there would be a clue about the ether cores. But all we got were some modified, regular protocores.
Oh, I thought... I pause, and my gaze falls into the cup in my hand.
What is it?
Oh, he looks so concerned. He's such a cutie. Since joining Special Operations, Xavier and I busied ourselves with tracking down leads on the ether cores. But I always had a feeling that he was carrying out this secret mission even long before he joined. I also think it's connected to Xavier's other secrets, but this isn't the right time to delve into them. I hold myself back from saying, I thought you'd know something related to the ether core's whereabouts. I thought you had more solid leads than Simone and I.
Oh, I figured you'd ask something more probing.
How so? As if reading my mind, Xavier gives me a chance to steer the direction of this conversation. But when Xavier lowers his head in response to my question, it almost seems like he's slightly upset.
Isn't there anything you genuinely want to ask?
Despite everything we've been through so far, I've never really pressed Xavier about his connection to the ether cores. In that case, how much do you know about the ether cores? Have you been tracking down the ether cores before this? Well, why would we ask the top one when the bottom one answers both of those questions? Have you been tracking down the ether cores before this? Because of my circumstances, I need to keep walking down this path. But what about you?
I'm in the same boat as you.
You have an ether core in your heart too? Wow, coincidence. I think not.
The only difference is that I knew what the future would entail before I chose this path. And that very future is why I must continue to forge ahead.
Alright, I'm sure if I knew the backstory, this would be a lot more depressing, but I still feel the angst. Why must you say this? Noticing my thoughtful expression, he smiles and gently soothes the furrow between my brows.
I know, you aren't satisfied with my answer. But there are some truths you have to see and decide for yourself.
Xavier's hunter's watch, as well as mine, beep at the same time as he finishes speaking.
The wanderer you identified earlier, the one associated with the beta protocurve energy, is confirmed to be related to the ether cores. The detailed information has been synchronized with your device's data log. Get ready to head out. This wanderer will also be difficult to deal with. Should I ask Simone to assist you?
Yes, I want bestie Simone. That won't be- No, boo! That won't be necessary. My best mission partner is back. But we could be a trio, you know? It's fine. The call ends. I raise my eyebrow at Xavier. I should witness the truths and answers I'm after for myself, but that doesn't mean I have to do it alone. One last question. I'd like to know if my partner is willing to fight alongside me for this, and whether or not it's just for today.
I believe this answer will meet your expectations. I'll always be with you, beyond just today.
What a cutie. Three days later, Lincoln City, something. Lately, several students at Prestara University have disappeared after being attacked by the same wanderer, only to mysteriously reappear on campus a few days later. Although these students have returned unscathed, they have no memory of what happened while they were missing. Find out the reason behind these disappearances and eliminate the wanderer on campus. A hand reaches over, turns off the interface of my hunter's watch, and adjusts my cuff before pulling away.
If you keep staring at it, everyone will soon figure out we're hunters.
I lower my arm and glance at Xavier, who's walking next to me. You're right, Xavier. My astronomy buddy. The warm autumn sun peeks out from behind the leaves. It casts dappling light onto the corner of his mouth.
That sounds a little staged. You're my journalism schoolmate, remember?
3 days ago, the wanderer that Andrew tracked using the beta protocurve showed up at Prestara University. Considering the recent student disappearances at the university, the association has assigned us to the mission to eliminate this wanderer. To prevent any unnecessary panic, Xavier and I are pretending to be students. With the university's help, we'll be conducting interviews with the attacked students under the guise of a campus TV station. I don't know, look, panic? I think they're already panicked. The students are randomly disappearing. I'd feel more at ease if the next day I came into school and there was like police there or the hunters there. I'm like, okay, well I know that people are on the job, you know what I mean?
You're walking too fast.
You are being so picky right now, Xavier. My wrist is gently pulled. Bring me back to the moment. I realize I've been rushing. This is the pace I'm used to when I'm on a mission. I look around and purposefully slow down. But we finally found a wanderer that's connected to the ether cores. I'd rather move quickly to prevent any problems from happening.
You seem eager.
Aren't you? Xavier adjusts my backpack strap as it starts to slip.
Information about the ether cores is always shrouded in secrecy. Out of 100 leads, one might get you somewhere at best. This lead seems unusually straightforward.
It's almost as if it's been set up just for us to find. Is that what you want to say?
It's just a guess.
You might be right, but with the lead right before our eyes, I can't shake the feeling that we need to check it out ourselves.
Yeah, you really are the powerful and impressive evolver everyone's been talking about. But before we meet those students, our first job is to act as students.
Oh, I hate it when he uses logic against me. As we talk, we end up walking down a tree-lined path and arrive at the bustling square. Around us, numerous sleek temporary booths are set up. Students are excitedly weaving through them.
Prestara University Club Recruitment.
There are so many people. Let's take a different route. It's almost time for our scheduled interview, and it wouldn't look good on us if we were late. He looks like an honor student.
Yeah, it'll take a while. But how about we use this opportunity to relive our student days for a bit?
Did you have student days? Genuine question. I don't think he did he? This is a first for him, then. You wanna live through math class so bad? We can do that. It's not fun. How are we going to do that? Xavier stares at me. Then he fixes my hair and takes off his non-prescription glasses. He puts them on my face.
Much better.
Does this make me look more like a student?
It just looks nice.
Aww.
Are you a freshman this year? You seem perfect for the lead role in our film club's latest project. Are you interested?
You asking me or Xavier? While the club member looks down to find the registration form, a corner of Xavier's mouth slightly curls up.
What did I say?
Oh, it was for us. Oh, he's so cute. I feel like Xavier was throwing his teammate under the bus, but this trick surprisingly works. By the time we arrive at our scheduled interview spot, I'm completely in student mode.
Hello. I'm the student council's vice president. So, I was told you guys were hunters.
The tall, lanky boy gives a slightly uneasy smile, his head sinking lower as he speaks.
The students who disappeared earlier are waiting in the classroom. They only know it's for a campus TV interview.
Sorry, could you repeat what you just said?
I mean, just keep the questions simple and try not to scare anyone.
Aww.
After all, they've all had encounters with the Wanderer. Let's make sure we don't add to their trauma.
Good idea, Vice President. Understood. We'll be careful. When the Vice President cares about his students. Oh my god, this classroom is fancy. You know what? I would actually not mind learning if I was in this classroom. This is sick. As we enter the classroom, several pairs of curious, wary eyes quickly focus on us. I clear my throat and offer a genuinely friendly smile. Hi, I'm a broadcast journalism major and a member of the campus television station. This is my partner. Xavier steps forward but doesn't speak, which prompts me to continue. He's the one who will handle the microphone and camera. He's an astronomy major. Our simple introduction doesn't achieve the effect we wanted. Perhaps the Wanderer did give them quite a scare. They scrutinize us warily, but no one responds.
Hi,
A bag full of drinks appears from behind the door. The person holding it hesitates, struggling to gesture a couple of times. I take the bag. The vice president shyly smiles, then silently moves to sit down by the classroom's back door. He's definitely an introvert. Cooperating with us on the university's behalf must be tough for him. While I distribute the drinks with Xavier, the classroom's tense atmosphere begins to soften. As I try to come up with an appropriate icebreaker, Xavier nudges my elbow.
Oh, right. Didn't we meet up downstairs this morning?
I'm confused, so I manage only a grunt in response.
I think I forgot to check in for my morning class.
You're an astronomy major. Aren't you taking Dr. Ulysses' course?
It takes me a moment to realize that Xavier's somber tone doesn't match his hopeful eyes. As I move to the chair, I lean in close to Xavier's ear. Did you do your research ahead of time?
I just threw out a question and didn't expect it to go anywhere.
Straightening his posture, Xavier smiles and looks at the student who responded to his question earlier. This is rich people manipulation stuff, you know what I mean? You have to be born with the rich mindset to know, I'm gonna manipulate these people. Xavier, the prince, he's a people person when he wants to be, when he's not being jealous of himself.
Who do you like more? Me or Lumiere? Yeah, his classes are really tough.
The student relaxes as the conversation begins to flow more naturally.
I knew it. When it comes to the strictest professor at Prestara University, no one can beat Dr. Ulysses. But it's not that bad. While he's strict in class, he's pretty chill on the basketball court when classes are over. Actually, I missed one of Dr. Ulysses' meetings because of that Wanderer incident. Thanks for reminding me. I need to catch up with him later.
You're welcome.
Xavier adjusts his position and gives me a knowing look. Seeing Xavier's cue, I quietly switch on the recorder and casually throw out a question. Besides missing out on that meeting, can you tell us a bit more about what happened after the attack? You can say whatever you want, don't worry. We won't disclose any personal information. The students exchange looks. They seem resolved to speak.
I'll go first then.
I'm not sure if it's just me, but his eyes seemed to go blank for a moment after he said that.
This is what we call a white hole, a theoretical region of space-time.
He's so cute!
Particles in the
Oh,
space.
he just has that face. It's his eyes, I reckon. Shh, we're not actually here for the lecture, but we might as well look the part. I slide the open textbook to the center of the desk, line up my notebook and pens, and place a water bottle to the side. Your desk is so neat. It's only a matter of time before the professor notices. According to the student's account, the incident occurred outside the classroom. He was heading to a meeting with a professor. I decided to talk to this professor to see if we could gather any clues. So I dragged Xavier with me the next day, and we snuck into his class.
Yeah, it's a perfect disguise. The way
He sounds
you quickly
proud.
claimed a seat in the back was nice and clean, too.
The back row is the VVVIP section. It has a great view and ambience, perfect for relaxing, entertainment, and even spotting two students in the back row secretly holding hands under the desk. I casually changed the subject. Personally, I think we should mimic this, you know, really drive home the role, the disguise. Where did you prefer to sit when you were in school? It's a great question.
I didn't have a particular preference, but I usually sat in the back too. The sunlight was nice, and the breeze was refreshing.
How comfortable were the desks and chairs?
They were okay.
As our casual chat drifts on, I flip open my notebook and turn my attention back to our mission. Even though we learned a lot of details from talking to the students affected by the attack yesterday, we didn't find anything notable. Those 5 students were either normal people or evolvers. They encountered the Wanderer in various spots. Some were on the tree-lined path, others were in the labs, and they woke up in different places afterward. This Wanderer doesn't seem to be limited to indoor or outdoor spaces. There's no clear pattern to where it shows up.
It's not completely random, though.
Xavier takes the pen from me and draws a few circles on my notebook.
All the incidents happened at night. If that's connected to the Wanderer's behavior, then we can narrow our search. Also, all these students just started college this year.
Does that mean something?
Maybe this Wanderer thinks freshmen are easy targets.
Xavier, you're so smart! I'm guilty of this. I forget how smart he is because, you know, everyone just has like the impression that he's just a sleepy. He's just a sleepy little guy. He doesn't really care about much, but he's a smart cookie, okay? Then it must have access to the university's enrollment system. Sorry, can you imagine that? Big ass Wanderer going up to the computers. Looking at the list. That one. Wanderers have evolved. They're now iPad kids. That's the real threat here. I flip through the notebook pages again and again. Yeah, nothing clicks. It seems like the Wanderer is targeting the students at random, but I can't believe it's just a coincidence.
In this world, many coincidences are often part of a larger scheme. These students are being chosen for a reason. We just haven't figured it out yet.
Some Wanderers do target certain individuals. For example...
You! Over there!
Oh, we got caught chatting in class. Realizing the sudden silence around me, I look up to see Dr. Eusolus on the podium. He's smiling.
Yes, I'm talking to you, young lady in the back row. Come up here and show everyone what a Morris Thorn wormhole is.
And I would love to, but I'm feeling a little bit sick today. And I need the toilet, so I'm gonna leave class, actually. Xavier, save me. Go up and show them your stuff, Xavier. Please, take over. Take the reins. I never thought I'd get caught talking in class. For a moment, I'm stunned and don't know how to respond.
No? Then let's have your friend try. Come along now.
Show him what's up, Xavier. Hey, so not to be that person, but the little like annoyed thing that he did just then. Why was that attractive? Why? Oh my god, I need to get a grip. It's fine. I reckon he's annoyed because he's like, that's like the simplest theory out there. Wormholes? Seriously? I tug at Xavier's clothes and quickly whisper, let me do it. If I mess up, I'll just apologize. Xavier reassuringly squeezes my hand, stands up, and confidently walks to the podium. The classroom lights dim, and a holographic projection appears from his fingers. It forms the image of the universe.
In theory, the Morris Thorn wormhole is a traversable wormhole. It is spherically symmetrical and features a throat that bridges 2 black holes. The throat is a finite spherical region containing negative energy density matter to counteract gravitational forces inside the wormhole.
This is the case of blah blah blah, backstory, name, place. I'm just looking at him, okay? Don't understand any of that. I quit physics after 3 weeks. 3 weeks of that class. As Xavier speaks, in a measured tone, the stars shift under his touch to gradually form a wormhole model. The lights from distant planets flicker before us, and his silhouette seemingly stretches across light years. For a moment, I wonder, was Xavier like this back in college?
Correct. The negative energy's repulsive gravitational properties keep the wormhole's throat open, allowing matter or signals to pass through. Time travel becomes possible with this model. For example, the deep space tunnel above us might very well be a giant wormhole. The mysterious deep space signals could then make their way to our distant Earth. Perhaps certain materials, or even other forms of life, can find us through these cosmic channels.
What are you thinking about?
How smart you are. I snap back to reality. Xavier has crossed the starry expanse and now stands before me. He's within arm's reach once more. I'm curious. Were you really an astronomy graduate?
Who knows? I have too many diplomas at home. I need to check first.
When the bell rings signaling the end of the lecture, the classroom empties out quickly, even though it was packed just moments ago. As the professor starts to pack, I approach him. I'm about to ask the students who were attacked.
Xavier, have you been a deep space hunter for so long that you want to relive your college days?
Oh, so they know each other. The professor walks away from the podium, one hand holding his bag and the other in his pocket. His serious demeanor is gone.
Hello. Are you also a deep space hunter? His colleague, perhaps?
This is Ulysses. He's an old friend of mine. Now he works as an assistant professor.
I was promoted to associate professor 2 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Why are they like this? This is so awkward. It's like they actually don't give a shit about each other, but they do at the same time. It's like, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday. Thank you. I kind of love this dude. I kind of love them both together. First, there was Jeremiah, a mysterious florist. Now there's a university physics professor. Once again, I'm shocked by how unpredictable Xavier's social circle is.
Let's get back to business. You're not the type of person to visit without a reason. Did something happen at the university?
I'm on a mission.
Well, if you're involved, it can't be just any mission. Should I be expecting a major incident to take place?
Looks like I'm not the only one who has a certain impression about Xavier. But this gives me a perfect opening to ask him about the Wanderer. Dr. Ulysses, we heard one of your students was attacked by a Wanderer and went missing for a few days. Were you in the area when this happened? Ulysses pauses for a moment before nodding.
I was in the lab preparing for a meeting when I heard a scream outside the room, but I didn't find anything even after looking around. I later learned that a student had been attacked by a Wanderer. Fortunately, he wasn't seriously injured.
It looks like Ulysses didn't see the Wanderer. I'm a little disappointed.
Did the lab's flux stabilizer show any reaction?
No.
I immediately get what Xavier is hinting at. If the flux stabilizer didn't react, then the Wanderer's metaflux fluctuation level must be below 50. There are only a few Wanderers capable of such stealth. Our search is narrowed considerably.
It's also possible we're dealing with a modified Wanderer.
As if reading my mind, Xavier reveals another observation. I nod. Got it. I'll ask Andrew to compare the protocurve data with the possible Wanderer profiles.
Wait, I just remembered something. The flux stabilizer can't detect that level of metaflux. However, the research center's RMFMA might.
RMFA? RMFMA?
But the research center isn't even near here.
It was moved to the campus earlier this year, so it's not that far away now. It should have captured the metaflux fluctuation and its dynamic range when the Wanderer appeared.
Then, can we use that device for a bit?
RMFMA. It stands for Reflective Metaflux Field Monitor and Analyzer.
A flicker of doubt crosses my mind, but I push it aside for now. I wait for Ulysses to respond.
Sure. As long as you have the clearance to operate it and access the system, you can use it.
But we don't quite fit those requirements.
Let's go.
Huh? Xavier picks up my backpack and turns to Ulysses.
Aren't you going to lead the way?
The research center The research center Ulysses. I feel like I'm saying this wrong now. This is you know when you say a word so much that it doesn't sound real anymore? This is what's happened with his name and I can't pronounce it anymore, guys. Ulysses. Okay. The research center Ulysses mentioned is formerly known as the Prestara University Deepspace Exploration Research Center. It houses the RMFMA under skylight on the 3rd floor. The machine's brass casing and bulky appearance make it stick out like a sore thumb. Yet the screen's flashing indicator lights and fast-moving images exude a sophisticated air.
This analyzer is one of the most advanced pieces of tech in the past few decades, and it remains so today. It can detect the slightest fluctuations in the deep space tunnel. Unfortunately, there are fewer than 10 of them in the world.
Hey, so maybe they should get on to making more of them?
Many talented researchers and professors have turned down prestigious offers elsewhere. Also, they could work with the RMFMA at our research center.
Do Xavier and I need to apply for access first to retrieve its data? Where's Xavier?
All the data related to the Wanderer is corrupted.
Xavier appears from behind the RMFMA. He removes his safety goggles and takes off his disposable lab coat. How did you operate that machine? And you know how to use it? I focus on the most important one. What do you mean by corrupted? Did it capture even a trace of the Wanderer?
Yes. It showed that a Wanderer appeared on the university's campus in the past 2 weeks. But all the data has been tampered with. The generated spectrum also has many errors. It can't be used as a clue.
The hem and cuffs of his lab coat somehow got tangled together. Xavier frowns and pulls harder, but they're still stuck. Raise your hand a little more. As I help Xavier wriggle out of the lab coat, my mind races with questions. Maybe the RMFMA is too old, so it's malfunctioning?
If that were the case, the first issues wouldn't show up in detection and sampling errors. Which means someone deliberately tampered with it.
Once he's out of the lab coat, I meet his gaze. It's brimming with confidence. It's a rare high-end device, yet Xavier seems to know it inside and out, and can even log into the system to use it. I slightly pull him forward. I purposely change my expression and lower my voice. Alright, cut to the chase. How are you able to operate this machine?
It might look complex, but it's actually easy to use.
I call bullshit.
You're not really going to interrogate me right now, are you?
As Ulysses returns from examining the data, I let go of Xavier. I step back to make room.
The data is corrupted, and just as you suggested, someone probably tampered with it. However, The research center is a secure, newly built facility that few people can access. If we include me, only a handful of researchers work here. The last system login was recorded to be over a month ago.
Has anyone else been in here the past 2 weeks?
Ulysses thinks long and hard before giving a hesitant reply.
Yes, but it's not anything suspicious. There was a study event here for new students. Part of the event included a tour of our facilities. That was when we introduced them to this analyzer.
The new students who started this year. Could it be...
Those 5 students who were attacked all enrolled this year.
Xavier voices my thoughts. I take out my phone, check the school's official website, and quickly find the article about the study event. 5 students were selected. They are...
Here.
Xavier points to the 5 names displayed on the screen.
All the students who encountered the Wanderer are listed.
The study event and the Tampered device, the elusive Wanderer. Everything starts to connect. This isn't a coincidence, Xavier. Something's off about that study event. The Wanderer is targeting its participants.
Indeed.
He agrees, but he keeps his finger on the screen. I look again. Group leader, Soren, vice president of the student council. So he's the next victim?
Hello. I'm the student council's vice president. So, I was told you guys were hunters.
He's either the next victim or he's in on it. It's the same guy who helped us on behalf of the university, and the only one who wasn't attacked. He's definitely suspicious.
There's only one way to find out.
I'm contacting him right now. Xavier is the first to head out. After saying goodbye to Ulysses, I'm about to leave, but a glance at the wall makes me stop in my tracks. Instead of a certificate, there's an old framed group photo at the top. It's yellowed with age, and the faces in that photo are all a bit blurry. Yet the person who's on the edge... I look closer, and that indistinct figure suddenly comes into focus. It's Xavier. Oh yeah, he doesn't age, does he? I sit on a bench near the basketball court. I watch the ball arc through the air and precisely hit the back rim of the hoop. It bounces back into Xavier's hand. It's hard to fully appreciate this rare sunset, something I haven't seen much since graduation. It won't be long until we meet Soren. I unconsciously lower my head to look at my phone. It still has my chat with him. We're still a little unclear about the students. Could you go over some of the details with us in person? How about we meet up in 20 minutes at the lecture hall in the main teaching building?
Sorry, I'm at the student union. There's a student council meeting right now. It won't end until at least 7 p.m.
We'll wait. It's okay. We'll wait downstairs for you at the student union.
You've been quiet for a while.
Huh? Really? Xavier stops moving and stands by the 3-point line. He gazes at me.
We know he's in a meeting inside this building. Unless his evol lets him create wings so he can fly away, we'll definitely see him.
I look at the open door in front of the student union. Then I look at Xavier's calm face. I wonder what's making the victim stay quiet about the student event, the study event. And then there's Soren. He knows why we're here, but he doesn't say anything. If he's really behind this, that's some nerve.
Maybe he doesn't want to get caught up in any trouble. Either way, we'll be able to ask him soon. And if he still refuses to talk, we can investigate.
He keeps gazing at me. His eyes are firm and steady. I nod. Then he offers me the basketball. Oh yeah, shoot some hoops. Not really, I can't. Actually, yeah, I used to be a goal shooter in netball. I can totally do this. Basketballs are just a little bit heavier. I know his invitation is actually a way of offering me a break from the mission. I can't bring myself to refuse, so I stand up. Sure. After a brief warm-up, I confidently aim the ball at the hoop. But before I can throw it, a sparrow lands just on top of the hoop. Interrupted by that, I turn to look at Xavier. If the Wanderer... No, I was about to say, oh my god, it's Mephisto, but then I was like, Mephisto's a crow, isn't he? You're not a sparrow. If the Wanderer's appearance isn't a coincidence, then it just confirms our suspicion. Someone lured us here on purpose.
Should we call for backup in advance? Or are you implying there's a high chance the ether core is here? I'm going to guess the latter.
The sparrow is attracted to the small balls of light and flies away. Xavier moves closer and supports my arm.
Aim it a bit higher. Good. Now throw.
My accuracy is slightly off this time. The ball hits the backboard and rolls to my feet. I bend down to pick it up. Maybe it's not as terrible as we think it is. It could just be a coincidence, and Soren is a dedicated vice president of the student council. He does seem to be a good, well-behaved student, sort of like you. Xavier takes the ball from my hand and steps back to give me a demonstration.
Perhaps it's because he looks like a good student that makes him the best at doing things behind the scenes. After all, people don't write their secrets on their faces. The calmer the water's surface, the easier it is to hide dangerous undercurrents.
Sounding like you're describing yourself right now, Xavier. The ball leaves his hand and once again goes through the hoop with a precise shot. It bounces back and I intercept it before it reaches him. You always have a lot to say about other people, but what about you? I recalled the blurry, yellowish photo from the research center. I move closer to Xavier. Maybe it's the backlight that causes flickering spots to appear in my vision. My consciousness falters for a moment. Xavier, when I first saw him. Xavier in the no-hunt zone. Xavier in the research center. And Xavier playing basketball at sunset. They appear in front of me all at once. They line up gracefully and blend into the figure of the person before me.
Me?
Me? Little old me? There's nothing about me. I'm just a prince that time travels and can't age. What secrets are you hiding behind your calm face? From the distant past to the present, who are you really? Even though I'm so close to you, experienced all these life and death situations with you, I still cannot seem to fully understand you.
Huh?
Xavier's puzzled gaze lingers on my face and suppresses the questions in my heart. The only thing I eventually say is, I was going to ask if you're truly a good student, or do you have some secrets? After thinking for a moment, he speaks in a calm tone.
I'd say I'm a good student. I paid attention in class and always kept my eyes on the front of the classroom. That's how I kept ending up making eye contact with a classmate who frequently turned around during class.
He looks at me with a knowing gaze. I look back into his eyes and feel as if everything sounds familiar. Maybe your classmate just wanted to check the clock at the back of the classroom, see how much time was left before the class was over.
Oh. You're asking if I have a hidden side to me like Soren?
He responds with a question. Now it's my turn to think about my answer. Fortunately, Xavier doesn't seem to expect one from me. Instead, he slightly lowers his head as if he's talking to himself.
But the parts of me you think you know, and the parts you think you don't know, they make up who I am. All of me. Right here in front of you.
We no longer pay attention to the basketball. The sound of it bouncing on the ground echoes in my ears. I think that's your heart, girl! It isn't until I see Xavier's hand wave in front of me that I realize the lingering sound is my heartbeat.
I think we have a new lead.
I compose myself and look in the direction that Xavier is pointing in. I catch sight of the enthusiastic student from yesterday's interview. He's walking out of the student union. Didn't he say he needed a week off after the Wanderer attack? I grab Xavier's arm. Something's not right. Let's ask him. Before we get close, that student immediately recognizes me and Xavier. He excitedly waves at us.
What a coincidence! Why are you here?
Didn't you say you were going to take a week's leave at home? What brings you back? With no time to lose, I get straight to the point, but the student looks confused.
Huh? Did I say that yesterday? I don't remember at all. After the attack, my friend said my memory had gotten worse. I thought I was getting better over the past couple of days.
I don't like where this is going. I exchange a glance with Xavier, my eyes saying, something's wrong.
What do you remember then? Do you recall attending a study event around 2 weeks ago?
Did he get a chip put in his head? I feel like he did.
Did anything strange happen at that time?
A study event?
He frowns, thinking hard for a long time, and then suddenly, something dawns on him.
It wasn't weird, but we did come across something intriguing. When we visited the Deepspace Exploration Research Center, there was this unique piece of equipment on the 3rd floor. For a short while, I felt like I walked straight into a haunted...
He dramatically gestures, still looking a bit shaken.
It looked exactly like that haunted house I'm always terrified of. I almost screamed. After the tour, others said they had the same feeling. That for a moment, they fell into a really scary place.
Wait, you're saying you all had a hallucination? Who else was there?
It was just the 5 of us, and the vice president. The guy had to step out for a bit, so we were on our own.
It's not a hallucination. This is something the RMFMA can also do.
You mean...
To make a long story short, it's like recreating a plane of existence and overlapping it with our reality. But only a few people know about this. We surely underestimated Soren.
Xavier grabs my wrist with one hand and supports my back with the other.
Hold on.
Wait, you know where he is?
The research center. He'll get there before us.
Oh. We're gonna teleport? Are we teleporting? Daylight's last glimmer sinks below the horizon, and night arrives. We did not teleport. As I stand in front of the research center again, the building takes on more of a mysterious air under the night sky. Soren stands under the skylight on the 3rd floor. His back faces us.
You're quicker than I thought.
Ugh.
I should have known the moment I saw you.
Xavier stops behind him. After a brief pause of tension, Soren turns around.
Do you think you can still order me around, Xavier?
Oh, they've got beef. He has a glance at me, then he looks away.
You can't, and neither can she.
A sudden gust of wind stirs the indoor air. My heart trembles as I sense a faint energy fluctuation. Xavier, something's here. A light blade forms in Xavier's hand. I also take out my firearm from my belt holster. I walk over and stand next to him. Let's take Soren down before the Wanderer arrives. But before I can get closer, Soren disappears. I hear his voice behind me. Oh god.
It's too late. It'll take you to the place you've always wanted to visit.
He can also teleport? Could he be... Gasp. The intensity of the fluctuation significantly soars. Xavier's hunter's watch, as well as mine, beep at the same time, before I can react. In a shadowy corner where the moon beam doesn't reach, a colossal beast has stirred to life. This energy, it's fierce.
A wanderer with an ether core.
Oh. It can stay here. We need to lure... Oh, it can't stay here. We need to lure it out. The light blade cleaves through the heavy darkness. Its shockwaves ripple to the end of the corridor. The Wanderer pauses its assault before creating an even fiercer wall of wind. It charges towards us once again.
You took the bait.
A huge shadow looms over us. I turn around and aim my gun. The expected Protofield doesn't materialize. Instead, I feel a sudden coolness on my face, as if I'm being pushed through a barrier. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the Excuse me? Out of the corner of my eye, I see the RMFMA lights up again. Before everything goes completely dark, I reach for Xavier's hand. And I grab nothing. He's gone! Ready, go! Fight, fight! Oh, I thought it was gonna be a fight. Or not. That's fine. Nebula? Tranquility, hang in the sky as if they're the eyes of the universe. Faint rays of light spill over the shadows of the trees that sway like waves. This feels like a Protofield. Countless waves of both strong and subtle forces swirl through my heart. I stand in this unfamiliar forest enveloped in thick fog. This definitely isn't a regular Protofield. The energy here is erratic, and the fluctuations are violent. Xavier, can you hear me? I call out to him several times, but only the wind's rustling branches and leaves answer me. He was probably dragged into the Protofield too. I have to find him quickly. I look up, and a meteor streaks across the sky. It leaves behind a trail of fire as it flies past the tops of tall trees. A meteor. Several more follow in suit before I can say more. All of them are heading towards one side of the forest. I can't help but follow them. In an instant, the night sky is ablaze with countless rays of light. Meteors pour down like rain. They disperse the fog and darkness which plague the forest as they fall in the same direction. Are they guiding me? I walk faster, gradually quickening my pace until I break into a sprint. Like me, the meteors fall more intensely and rapidly, as if they're urging me to run with all my might.
Is that you?
Xavier? This voice. Xavier?
Answer me. Where are you?
I'm coming to find you, bae, don't worry. Even though I can clearly hear Xavier's voice, I don't know where it's coming from. Is it in front of me, or is it echoing from the depths of my heart? Brilliant arcs of light flash before me as the wind's whistle resounds in my ears. My heart surges, overwhelmed by the surrounding chaotic energy. I have a bad feeling. Please stay safe, Xavier. I hope nothing bad happened to you. He can handle himself. As I traverse in the dense forest, a mirror-like lake suddenly comes into view. Meteors streak down, falling into the expanse where the lake meets the sky. The energy fluctuations get even stronger now. It pulls at my heart to the point where I struggle to breathe. Overwhelmed, I stumble and sink to my knees.
I'm not interested in playing hide and seek. Come out.
Oh! Xavier? I frantically look around and spot Xavier near the lake's shore. Another figure quickly appears in front of him.
We're old friends at the end of the day, right? But you decided to greet me with a sword. That's cruel.
Soren. No, that's just an illusion. Soren adjusts his glasses, and his previously friendly, bashful expression vanishes.
You haven't changed even after all these years. You're still afraid of Starfall Forest.
As if you're any different. To you, the ends always justify the means.
What are you trying to say? You have no right to criticize me!
Can someone fill me in? I'm a little lost. You guys need to beef in a way I can understand. Soren's laughter, twisted with rage, contorts his features into an unsettling and unrecognizable expression.
I used my life's work on you. I did everything I could to help you pass through the Deepspace tunnel. And what did I get in return? I was abandoned, trampled on, and turned into an outcast in this time and space.
Those were the rewards for your choices.
His figure vanishes with his words. He reappears in front of Soren in the blink of an eye, the tip of his sword poised to kill. Countless sharp light blades rain down on Soren, Only his panicked voice can be heard within the dazzling spectacle of light.
You. Killing an apparition is a waste of time.
Then why did you dodge?
You guys seem like you have generational beef, okay? A beam of light descends and the apparition is sliced in half.
Ugh.
It's not just an illusion. Somehow, it and his actual body are connected. Struggling, I rush to help Xavier, but fall again. The energy in the surrounding area has changed. Wait, Xavier's flurry of attacks continue, and there's no room for counterattacks. Nothing is out of the ordinary in terms of his appearance, yet his usually serene sparks of light scatter and fly chaotically around him, as if they've lost control, agitated or consumed by something.
It's time to put an end to this charade.
Wait! You can kill me. But what about her?
A meteor falls into the center of the lake. It awakens a sparkling light that twirls into a vague illusion. The silhouette wears a hunter's uniform. It's hard to make out, yet it's unmistakably familiar. It's me! My head. It hurts. But why? Yet, it's at that moment I realize something. Soren created this illusion to distract Xavier. He's using the lapse in judgment to attack Xavier's mind with his evil. In any other situation, Xavier would have no difficulty dealing with this type of evil, but with how chaotic the Protofield is along with his power... Xavier falters, but he slowly regains his footing. When he raises his head, his unfocused eyes resemble a frozen lake. They're cold and empty.
It can't be her. She's not a sacrifice. I will put an end to everything.
Oh. Xavier, I'm right here. That's an illusion. Perhaps we can buy Xavier's attack. The bullet makes the apparition stagger. With a reluctant, sullen expression, the apparition dissipates. The energy fluctuation also calms down. Even though the apparition on the water surface is gone, Xavier continues to head towards the center of the lake. His expression is cold, and his movements are stiff. It's as though an invisible force is pulling him along. This isn't good. The evil is controlling Xavier. I rush out to stop him. Xavier! Oh, cutscene. Yay! Finally, we made it. Oh, it's pretty.
A planet that uses to survive. Doesn't deserve to be saved.
Oh, why isn't she speaking? Look, I'm right here.
You are...
I'm right here, babe. I'm right here, booty. What's wrong? Are you hurt?
You can't stay here. Run. Otherwise, you'll... as well.
Die? His power is fading. Is the space trying to consume him? Let's resonate. Worst comes to worst, go to resonate. Or not. What's wrong? I can't control your evil.
It's okay. Starfall Forest will stop once it has enough power. It will. I didn't protect you before. At least, it chose me this time.
What? Are you telling me that it killed us in the last life? Enough power, in that case. The ether core's power should satisfy it. Yes, MC moves. Let's go. That was so slay. Oh, no. Xavier?
You really are reckless.
This is so beautiful. Oh my god. Do you recognize me, Xavier?
Hey. Are you okay?
Don't move. I apply medicine to the wound on his arm, but he abruptly pulls away. I almost dropped the bandage. Xavier ignores my command and grabs my shoulders. He gives me a once-over. I'm fine. Don't tell me you're underestimating the power of the ether core.
I underestimated you. An ether core's power isn't something anyone should mess with. If you use it carelessly, the Protofield would have devoured you. What then?
I couldn't just stand there. I can control it. I can control it. Since the ether core is mine, I know I can control it.
Are you sure?
Yes. Okay, I'm not exactly confident about that. His hand grips my shoulders more tightly. I glance at Xavier's pursed lips and pat his tense arm. Xavier, are you mad? Well, a little. I'll admit I was reckless, but wouldn't you have done the same thing if you were me? Don't be upset. It won't help you heal and might affect your evo. Oh, he looks really sad!
You always have so many reasons, but you never listen to me.
I will next time. He's like, that's what you said last time. I poke his face again and again until he reveals a helpless smile. He takes the bandage beside him, quickly wraps it around his arm a couple of times, and then stands up.
The energy fluctuations around us have only temporarily subsided. They could spike again at any moment. And Soren is adding fuel to the fire. We need to get out of here before he makes his next move.
While you were still unconscious, I used my evo to scout the area. This Protofield does more than just devour power. I can't find its boundaries at all. It's like a space where if you shout, there won't be an echo.
Don't worry.
After getting his bearings, Xavier leads me deeper into the forest.
The Protofield's environment was based on my memories, so there might be something that can help us leave.
I've never heard of a wanderer that could invade and read memories before. Or does this wanderer's connection with the ether core make it different?
There's also the possibility that Soren made some modifications to it.
After a brief silence, I carefully choose my words before speaking. Soren, he used to be your ally, right?
It was a long, long time ago.
The light blade slices through several overgrown branches to clear a path. It dissipates into shimmering specks of light.
He changed his appearance and hid his evil. He needs to hide his secrets and also be in a position to strike me down if needed.
I immediately remember the hilarious moments I've faced with Xavier. When we first met at an abandoned research base with the Luminivores and the robots watching us at Azure Square. He sent them?
Maybe.
Xavier holds out a small light as if sensing something. He releases it and lets out a dry laugh.
This forest. It's a trap clearly designed for me. This can only be his doing.
He really seems to know you well, but he also hates you. Recalling the conversation I heard, I hesitate for a second. Did something happen in this forest? Is that why you're afraid of it? Moonlight gently falls, softening Xavier's features into a blur. Then I hear his voice again.
Rather than what's already happened, I'm more afraid of what might come in the future. But right now, you terrify me the most. You used the power of the ether core this time. I'm worried about what you'll do next.
What I've done can't be compared to your actions. Why don't you tell me what you did in the past?
We're here.
Dodging the question. Ooh. Following his gaze, I see a massive spaceship hidden behind the towering trees. Is this his spaceship? Everyone keeps being like, Silas has like a private jet. Raphael has like many sports cars. Zane has this, I can't remember what brand his car is. And Caleb has a Ferrari. Xavier has a spaceship though. So like, really, who's winning? Unlike the wreckage I saw in the No Hunt Zone 42, this one is more intact with far more sophisticated engineering. Inside are various unfamiliar devices that are set up to form a makeshift command center. It's surrounded by papers lying scattered all over the place.
You really are here.
You're not planning to use this spaceship to take us out of the Protofield, right?
It can break through even the most chaotic gravitational energy flux. A Protofield might not stand a chance against it. Let's just try it and see.
He flips several switches. One by one, faint blue lights illuminate.
Traceback 2, Phyllis 1101, PLS, is now online.
Philos, that name sounds familiar.
It's my homeland. A place far away from here.
I silently repeat the name to myself and feel a strange sensation as it resounds in the depths of my heart. I pick up the papers next to him. The messy handwriting and symbols seem like they're from another universe. Backtracker's logbook. Spatio-temporal coordinate parameters. You and Soren were both members of the Backtrackers?
Yes.
The image of the spaceship slowly loads into a floating holographic screen. He scans the complex data line by line.
Even though we called it a small group, there were quite a lot of us at one point. But after all this time, only a few of us remain.
Basic spaceship inspection complete. Please enter your password.
Oh my god, we're flying in his spaceship right now, guys. Xavier doesn't respond and continues to press certain buttons on the panel. Then he places his hand on one side of the screen.
Your identity has been verified. It's been a long time, Captain.
Prepare for departure.
Understood. Commencing pre-flight checks.
We've got a captain and a colonel. Wow. She has a line of men. We're collecting them all like Pokemon.
Aren't you going to ask me more questions?
Like?
You must have many more questions. I won't hide anything. Just ask.
I do have a lot. Like, who were the Backtrackers? Why did you come to this world? And where did the spaceship come from? However, you said everyone has secrets and motives. At the very least, I know you're not my enemy. That's all the assurance I need. Besides, now's not the best time for long stories. I think it's the perfect time for long stories, actually. You're about to go on a spaceship ride. But let me say this first. This doesn't mean I won't ask more questions later. Once we're out of this mess, you're going to tell me everything, slowly, and in great detail.
I'm okay with that.
Satisfied, I nod. When I step back, my hand accidentally flips a switch. Huh?
Oh, celestial body of mine, slumbering adrift in darkness.
This voice. Xavier?
Which never heeds the whispers of life.
Xavier, that's you, isn't it? A pair of hands covers my ears before the words can vanish.
It's not me.
You're literally lying. Really?
No.
Then why can't I listen to it? Seeing his ears turn red, I can't help but chuckle. I pat the arm resting across my face. It's alright, it's someone else. Or maybe the spaceship misses its captain so much that it's imitating your voice for fun.
Yes, I agree. It's something like that.
During the brief silence, Xavier releases me and quickly shuts off the recording. I'm about to tease him again when an alarm makes us tense.
Protocore energy is low. Unable to start. Please refill the protocore energy cells to ensure a successful journey.
While the red warning lights flash, a sharp pain shoots through my chest. Xavier, the Protofield is acting up again.
I know.
There's no doubt that Soren is manipulating the Wanderers hidden within this Protofield. He's trying to trap us again.
Prepare for launch.
It's recommended to refill the protocore energy cells before takeoff. Do you still want to proceed with the launch?
Yes.
Oh,
Understood. Initiating countdown.
I guess we're gonna crash.
Don't
That's
worry.
fine. I'm worried. Before I can object, Xavier pushes me into a seat in the cockpit.
Protocore energy isn't the only thing that can fuel this spaceship.
The power of friendship, the power of love fuels it. I knew it.
Although it can't support long voyages, escaping this protofield should be no problem.
After pressing a few buttons on the control panel, he takes something from the cabin wall and fastens it to his wrist. He sits down in the cockpit and takes my hand. He presses it against his chest and a sense of foreboding washes over me. I feel like we should have gotten a scene of this, them in the spaceship, him doing this. You're gonna use your eval as fuel? No! I try and pull my hand away, but he tightly holds onto it. Don't even think about it. The Protofield has already drained your energy. You're not allowed to use your eval right now. It's very obvious that fueling this spaceship will be too much for him.
It's not a big deal. Using eval as emergency fuel is actually one of this spaceship's unique features. In the past, eval came to our rescue during several crises. It enabled us to make safe emergency landings. Besides, I've got you here with me. You're aware of the changes an ether core can bring. With your current strength, you can resonate and enhance my eval, right?
But
only you have the power to help us safely leave the Protofield. Trust me.
He cups my cheek with his other hand. With a soft voice, he makes a promise to me.
Your power will keep me safe.
Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7.
My heartbeat races, whether it's because of our current circumstances or the intensifying energy fluctuations. The pain in my chest grows sharper. Amid the blaring alarms, the spaceship begins its final countdown. The flickering lights spiral into chaos. Xavier looks at me, his expression as calm as it always is. He's waiting for me to respond. Alright, let all your power flow through me. I'll keep you safe, I promise.
I know.
Oh, hello. Violent tremors and a sense of weightlessness engulf us. After the countless voyages through the boundaries of space, the spaceship lunges into the unknown once more. Chaotic energy crashes into the spaceship. The air currents instantly tear apart the scenery outside the porthole. I hear a high-pitched whistle. As chaos envelops my vision, only one warm force stays tightly connected with me. It flows steadily from my hand and gradually covers the world in dazzling light. It overwhelms my senses. But then... and we're still here. No? Yes? Hello? Weird. Feels like something is suppressing Xavier's evo, preventing it from a complete resonance.
Keep going.
Xavier tightly presses my hand against his chest. Even in the blinding light, his gaze stays calm and gentle. I grit my teeth and forge that power into a sharp blade. Slowly but surely, it cuts through the invisible barrier along with the spaceship. Space itself is ripped open. which creates tremendous energy fluctuations and tremors. In the distance, a massive shadow looms.
At last, we forced it to show its true form. Get ready. It's time to deal the finishing blow.
Sigh. Ooh. I leant wrong on my wrist.
Isn't this place more interesting than school? Do you remember the techniques? The enemies are weak. Now's our chance.
I'm getting the
I
hang
don't
of
have
this.
a gun.
Eat this! Recovered already? How tiresome.
End it. Do you remember the techniques? The enemies are weak. Now's our chance.
Xavier,
I'm here. Step back. I'll forge a new sword with your protocore.
Oh, I hate this fucking gear thing. Why does it
This
exist?
one might be a handful.
be careful.
It's time.
Here we go.
Be careful not to get hit.
Go back to the pit.
Watch yourself. Do you remember the techniques? The enemies are weak. Now's our chance. It's time to end it. Become one with your sword and...
I'll show you. Xavier.
Here. Do you want to go home together?
Sure.
Xavier as a companion is actually so powerful. And I'll be skipping the Lumiere banner. This is just sad. This is making me more depressed. Great, great, great. A deafening roar fills my mind and strips away my senses. Suddenly, it's as if a rift splits the space. It ushers us into a burst of gentle light and fresh air. After several long seconds, the discomfort fades. I slowly open my eyes. Everything comes into focus, and there it is, the RMFMA standing serenely just a couple of meters away. We're back in the research center. My senses return to my body. I scramble to my feet and frantically search for Xavier.
You're struggling to find me, huh?
A familiar voice calls out from behind. I turn and see Xavier leaning against a nearby wall. A bright red light at his neck flickers a few times before settling down under my worried gaze. That light is flashing, and you still want to crack a joke?
I'm fine. Just a little tired.
Ah, I keep forgetting about his collar thing. He opens his palm and hands me the ether core fragment. It glows a soft green.
For its sake, sit with me for a bit.
Unable to resist Xavier's expectant eyes, I approach him and sit down.
I already sent the collected data and our coordinates back to HQ. The police will also be involved. They'll be here within 15 minutes.
We don't have that much time. We need to... I'm about to get up, but he grabs my arm.
Let's make the most out of these uninterrupted 15 minutes.
I feel a cool touch at my ear after Xavier pulls out a pair of wireless earbuds.
There's just enough time for one song. Then we'll be in a hurry again.
Who invites a girl to listen to music with a wireless earbud? You should have offered me a wired earbuds. That way, we'd be close enough that we couldn't drift apart.
I'm too tired to drift into a place that's far away from you. And I wouldn't, even if I could.
Outside the skylight, another morning dawns. As Xavier expected, updating the intel on what happened on campus is as tough as tracking down the Wanderer. After leaving Prestara University, Xavier unsurprisingly retreats to his bedroom. Meanwhile, I return to the association with the ether core fragment. After a brief mission report, Captain Jenner warns me about our recklessness. I can't speak! Captain Jenner warns me about our recklessness, but also commends us for successfully completing the mission. With the order to return home and rest, I time my visit to line up with Xavier's recharging period. I bring supplies to the 6th floor. After several rings, Xavier finally opens the door, his hair all tousled.
You're finally back.
You look like you just woke up. Why are you speaking as if you've been waiting for a while?
Well, you just saw me. How can you tell I haven't been waiting long?
He effortlessly reaches behind me and takes the plastic bag.
It felt like forever.
Aww. I'm sorry for whatever we did. I don't know what we did, but I'm sorry. I slip on my slippers and head into the living room. Xavier is intently unpacking the bag full of food next to the coffee table. He pulls out 2 boxes from the plastic bag and removes their packaging.
Is this from that store downstairs at the association? You went back there?
You needed to recharge, so someone had to return that ether core fragment, right?
Right. Thanks, partner.
Oh, Captain Jenner wanted me to relay a message to you.
What is it?
With mashed potatoes still in his mouth, Xavier looks up while the spoon is held between his lips. It's a warning. She said if you deliberately put her team member in danger again, she won't let you off the hook.
Got it. I'll remind her about settling the other 5 verbal warnings she gave me.
In that brief silence, Xavier lowers his gaze and eats his mashed potatoes 1 spoonful at a time.
Did Prestara University say anything?
Surveillance and witness protection are ongoing, but we still haven't found Soren.
If we haven't found him by now, chances are we never will.
He casually talks about it, but his words carry a mixture of indiscernible emotions. I decide not to dwell on it. You don't know where he's gone either?
Nope.
As I reflect upon everything, the vague, tangled clues pile up and cast a large shadow behind the clear image of Soren. Getting out of this precarious situation unscathed isn't something he could accomplish on his own. Only a few groups could pull that off. Who's supporting him? After finishing a box of mashed potatoes, Xavier retrieves a stack of documents and a sealed bag from under the coffee table. Inside the sealed bag is a tiny button-sized device. I can't help but pick it up. What is this?
Ulysses found it at the research center. He urgently sent it over. Initial tests show it has a radio frequency chip that can resonate with metaflux fluctuations.
So this little thing is the culprit behind the RMFMA's malfunction and even the tool Soren used to lure in the Wanderer?
Yes.
The room feels silent again. I follow the train of my thoughts and speak up. Can you also use that device to recreate a plane of his existence and overlap it with reality? You mentioned earlier that this is something only your people know about.
That's right. But you know I don't like illusion stuff.
Xavier calmly says. I nod and put the sealed bag back on the table. Who can help him make that? Xavier doesn't respond immediately. Instead, he pushes the stack of documents towards me.
Here's the latest analysis and theories based on what we know. It includes a list of groups with similar tech. Go through it, and you'll come to your own conclusions.
As always, Xavier doesn't explain. It's as if he's already at the finish line with the answers. He's quietly waiting to see if I'll join him or choose a different path. However, I'm not content with following his lead this time. I place my hand over his and stop the documents he's pushing towards me in their tracks. I'll read these. Later. Xavier, I'd rather trust what you have to say right now. After a brief pause, Xavier purses his lips and finally meets my intense gaze.
It's Ever.
Called it! Ever. Some of the backtrackers are also involved. They know everything you know. And they've had their eyes on you for some time, right?
Yes.
That makes them our common enemy then. Outside, the leaves rustle as the wind slips through the gap in the window. The curtains flutter. My shadow merges with Xavier's, and it feels like the impenetrable door in his heart has opened slightly. This time, we're finally standing on the same side. Oh! That was actually a good story. I enjoyed that. That was a good mystery. Alright, well guys, we are completely done with the main story. Yay! So, on to the myth. The most popular vote for the next myth I'm going to be playing is Caleb's, since it's fresh in my mind, as everyone was saying. Lucid dreams gives so much more context. Lucid dream. Please do Caleb's lucid dream. It continues the main story. Rah, rah, rah. Okay. Lucid dreams, and then I think we'll decide when we get there, you know? Whatever you guys want. I might do a poll or something, and then you guys can vote on the poll. As always, a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for Caleb's myth. Goodbye, I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.